The day I moved back, Ice was here. Ice was in town. Uh-oh, not a big fan, you know? I was on the phone with my Mexican friend Manny, and he was like, dude, Ice is here. And I was like, what are you gonna do? He's like, I don't know, what do you think I should do? I was like, first and foremost, you need to do the whitest shit imaginable right off the bat. He was like, what do you have in mind? I was like, first up, hit a Frisbee golf course. Hang out there, lay low for a little while. After that, maybe hit the gluten-free aisle of Whole Foods. Maybe you'll get lucky. Maybe there's an Imagine Dragons concert tonight. You can ride out the next 24 hours, buddy. Why are we being so mean to Mexicans? I don't understand it. We all love Mexico, right? It's the best. I love going to Mexico. I don't like telling other Americans when I go to Mexico, though. They always say something negative. I'll be like, hey, I'm going to Mexico, and inevitably somebody will be like, you're going to Mexico. Be careful. It's dangerous. Mexico's very dangerous. And I'm always like, maybe, but where else can I buy Viagra over the counter from a pharmacist holding an iguana? You know what I mean? Florida, maybe. But I don't vacation in Florida because it's dangerous, so...
The comedians have now entered the chat as it pertains to the ICE raids.
ICE? I think they're lazy. Remember when they just went to Dodger Stadium? They thought they could bang it out in one day. Like, they're all probably here, right? We'll be done. Just so lazy. Do some work, ICE. Pound the pavement. Do your job. Ironically, do you know who would be better workers than ICE? Mexicans. That's the ironic thing. What if they hire Mexicans to do the job? They're doing it for half the cost. Like, you can't be here. you gotta go. You're like, what the? I'm sorry. He's like, yeah, we're done. We got rid of everybody. They did it in 20 minutes. Like, Javier, that's fucking amazing. You get to stay here because all the work you did. Thank you so much.
Shout out to Fahim Anwar on TikTok, because dude is cooking once again.
Illegal immigrants crossing the border, coming over to take their jobs. Thing is, Midwest, 1,500 miles from the Texas border. If you're in the Midwest and you lose your job to an illegal immigrant, you should get deported. And then they'll complain, they'll be like, it's not, I'm glad I made the ICE agent laugh. And then they'll complain like, it's not about what you know, it's about who you know. I'm like, yeah, they don't know anyone. They're this feet tall and they don't speak English, you screwed up in the job interview.
Kudos to Adam Nate Levine as well.
Dude, Trump's going to deport everyone. Trump's going to deport everyone. You know Trump's not even on track to do that, right? You know what president deported the most people? It was Obama. And I'm not going to sit here and let a white man take credit for a black man's work. Come on, dude. Come on.
Aldo Campana shed some light on the subject too.
In my opinion, this is just, it's kind of like bullying, man. Like, yeah, I know whatever, they might be in the country legally, but like, who cares? They're just here trying to make a better life for their family, you know what I mean? They're working class people. Thank God I have a very good income. I'm very comfortable. I don't feel comfortable having it knowing that like my people are struggling. And by my people, I don't mean just other Hispanics. I mean just other people being raised by immigrants or like immigrants as well. So but if I could help anybody, yeah, I would like to. You know, sometimes we gotta speak up or whatever.
In an interview, famed comedian Ralph Barbosa spoke truths.
Like, you can't look as Mexican as I do and not be nervous right now, you know? The messed up part is I'm not even Mexican. I'm half Jewish and half Japanese. I should not be living in fear like this. I just feel like it's only a matter of time before I get picked up. And then they're going to be, like, detaining me. And I'm going to be like, no, you don't understand. I'm actually half Jewish and half Japanese. And there's going to be, like, 3 guys next to me. Like, yeah, me too, man. I'm half Jewish and half Japanese, too. What are you doing, man? Is that right? All of us, man.
Who would have thought, like, that in 2025, car wash attendant would be the most dangerous job in America? I don't think any of us saw that coming. I honestly wonder what it's like to be an ICE agent right now. How do you get pumped up before a raid doing what you're doing, you know? I just imagine they're just like, all right, now listen up, everybody. Get in here, get in here. Before we go out there today, I want you to remember what these people did. All right? They came here and they cooked our food and they cleaned our houses and they really thought there wouldn't be any consequences? Get in here, everybody. Remember the Alamo on 3. 1, 2, 3. Remember the Alamo. Let's get these Mexicans.
Mark Krause would also weigh in.
There's a big difference between being a criminal and just not having your paperwork in order. Some people that I know, they're just afraid of going to the consulate or trying to, because they've been working for a year or two without papers, and then they continue working like that until this happens. But that doesn't make them criminals. And I feel that they love this country as much as they love their own. And some of them, even more, because as I told you before, when they deport these people and they go back to their countries, they don't know that country anymore. Their country is the U.S. Jesse, we need to understand as a society that this is wrong. What they're doing right now is exactly what we see in the movies when we're watching the Nazis. Remember those scenes in the movies where you see the Nazis knocking at the door and the Jews hiding in a basement or in a closet? It's exactly the same thing. And it's unbelievable that we are living the same thing nowadays and nobody's doing anything. It is insane.
On a serious note, comedian Eugenio Debrez was preaching here on the Bullseye podcast.
Made a video about ICE detaining Navajo, and there's a bunch of Trump stands in the comments saying to send them back too. Now, Trump was right. The Department of Education has failed us. Like, be serious, guys. The Navajo have more patriotism in one pinky than y'all do in your entire Mobius strip of a family tree. Like, there's a good chance we would have lost World War II without the Navajo. You'd be wearing a Yahtzee uniform right now, which, what am I kidding? You'd totally be into that shit. Instead of storming the you'd be storming Poland. And if you've never heard of this, read about the Navajo Code Talkers. The Navajo developed an unbreakable code based on the Navajo language that the U.S. military used in battle during World War II. And the Japanese were absolute fiends at deciphering American code, and they were never, ever able to decipher the Navajo code. The Navajo were crucial in the Pacific theater. We would have gotten wrecked in Iwo Jima and Saipan without them. And before they made their own code, it used to take a half hour to decipher a message on the battlefield. These giga-chads could do that in like 5 seconds. They deep-seeked the out of the Imperial Japanese Army. Like, the Navajo saved this country, and y'all are calling them illegals while struggling to spell patriot right in your TikTok bio.
And Too Fast to Felix is also a great follow on the platform. Please do support him. Hey, I appreciate you watching. Now, if you can, please do become a channel member by going to youtube.com/tytsports and clicking the join button. If that's too much for you, you can just go to tyt.com/join to become a member. It helps all of us out here at the Young Turks and keeps our network afloat. In addition, you could follow me on my socials on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Appreciate the love. Have a great day.